because they parafunction less intensely. The force vectors will show in a second in the 3D how they are sometimes aimed away from what's been giving them a problem. So back on these traces, this was really this parafunctional movement across these, when you grind these teeth off to the side. It's really not diagnostic of anything. Yeah. If you thought the condyle was at its most superior position, and then you increased the vertical dimension of occluding of the posterior teeth, what if you were mistaken and this person had been clenching their whole life, and you can't go tap, 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 reprogram, deprogram, seat to CR, chair side. Right. You might need months of deprogramming nocturnally to let that lateral pterygoid, I'll show later tomorrow how a lateral pterygoid, I think, relaxes, stretches, and allows that condyle to keep on seating. Because sometimes when we see an anterior open bite, it doesn't happen overnight. It doesn't happen tap, tap, tap in the chair. If I could take a mandible and go, oh my gosh, you're going to have an open bite with an NTI after 2 months, don't do it. I could never get close to doing that. So I have a feeling sometimes we think they're in CR. It's too soon. You build up vertically, posterior verticals, they're not all the way superior in their condyle, so when they go to grind, they just plow through that stuff because their condyle's not coming down at the first moment of movement. Did that answer your question? Okay. By the way, I think it's BS. This restorative, I'm a restorative guy and you're a pain guy. I am a trigeminal guy. Right. And everything that the trigeminal touches, that's our business. These are trigeminally mediated disorders. That's what they are. A condyle that's not in CR is governed by the trigeminal system to protect a tooth during closure against resistance. So Barry Glassman is a fantastic restorative dentist. He just doesn't bother to restore teeth. He just restores people. Then you can monkey with the teeth if you want to. So I think your question about raising vertical dimension and opening the bite and stuff, I think that's exactly what we do and what we're talking about. And when you know what this beast is up to at night, which now we're going to get into the meat of it, restorative and pain are the same. I accidentally bought a boat. Well, what I want to talk about a little bit is how a mandible moves, how it gets to where it got to, and how it stays there, and how it tries to get out of there, because mandibles don't try to do anything. The motors on the mandible are what maneuvers it. So I bought this boat. It was a big-ass boat, and it's got, they say, twin screws. That means there's 2 motors. They're not outboard motors. There's propellers under the boat. And there's a rudder back there. So I figured I would take it out for a spin by myself on the first week. So I figured I got the thing. See, you hold both in one hand. There's 2 throttles. There's the right engine and the left engine, the port and starboard. This is the port. See, this is the port in your face. That's the port. Port, sorry. So I got the 2 motors. Okay, that's forward fast. This is slower. And this is your steering wheel, and it makes your rudder go like this, and so you go like that, see? So I'm going to park this boat. I figured you just kind of go slow and turn the wheel, and you like going to a parking space. Doesn't work that way. Oh, this guy. So I'm pulling up, and I know, now he's going, you know. You did the whole thing. It's like, oh, boat joke. So I'm turning. I don't show this in the sequence. And I took this thing and I spun it and I boom, and I broadsided into the dock. Because you turn.
I get the chair out, get my lemonade, and sit and laugh.
Okay. Because you were there. Here's what happened. I'm slowing down. I'm going slower, and I'm like, holy, oh, I'm trying to reverse. Whoa, poof. I took this thing and I boom, and I went like that. So now I try to go, like, come on, I'm going to swing around again. There was a guy on the dock hanging out. And he comes up, he's like, oh, hey. So he's an old man, not like a young guy like you. So this old guy, he's telling me what to do. He gets me into the dock. So I got pretty good at it. There are 2 methods of propulsion on this boat. You could put the propeller up here and push water this way or this way, but the whole thing is this side of the boat gets pushed by the propeller here. Okay? You could put it here and sort of pull the boat, but that's kind of inefficient, so you put them back here. So to get into that dock, that slip, as you approach that thing, you slow down. You're going to run just this one engine and shut that one down. Ready? And you're going to sort of go brrr, sort of pivot a little bit. Now you shut this engine down a little bit and you goose this one backwards. And you sort of pivot your boat. And then you reverse this one a little bit and slow that one down and right yourself. And then you gun it. And then you pull it back. Because in our harbor, the wind is blowing this way. And if you, once you get that thing bent, you go, boom, you pull back. And you got your, what's a $250,000 piece of fiberglass, and you're going right at the, going, and back you go. And all of a sudden, it's sort of like, you go, like a glove. You sort of put it right in there. Sometimes you have to parallel park. So instead of swinging around, you throw a line out there. And you tie this down, and you tie down here. You have to, there's a certain cleat on this, there's a certain thing on this boat that are designed for this. You can't put on some dinky little handle on your stairway, okay? Because what you're going to do is you're going to rev these engines, a one forward, one little back, and you kind of go like that. But this has been anchored, and this has been stabilized, so that when you move one motor, it spins the boat in a certain way, and there you are. So what you've created is two anchors. You've secured the line on both sides. It's almost like this is occluded. They're holding still. They're not going to move. This whole boat's going to move, and the force that you propel forwards and backwards, or both forwards, one more than the other, dictates how this whole thing moves in space. And these force vectors and the way they hold make that thing move.